Central Park, it's your Decatur Municipal Band. Featuring soloist Mike McDonald and vocalist Chris Riley. Hello, and welcome, and thank you for joining us here in beautiful downtown Decatur. My name is Jay, and I am the voice of your Decatur Municipal Band. Tonight, we have got a great show planned for you. Our theme this week is the Muni Band Summer Finale, and we are going to play a little bit of everything. We're going from Mozart to McCartney tonight, and if you would like to follow along, we've got physical programs. If you haven't grabbed one already, box right over by the flagpole, right back by our concessions, and then right over there, we also have a digital program. And if you want to follow along that way, just grab the device of your choice, head to decaturmuni.band, find the image for tonight's show, and hit that Monday link. Speaking of decaturmuni.band, we want you all to make sure that you're checking that thing regularly, because we've had some shuffles of dates lately. A couple just real quick off the top. This Wednesday, we're going to be at the Devon, 7 p.m. We hope you'll join us. Troy Castle will be there. Patriotic show, in full. We can't wait. And then also our fall concert. That one is going to be October 21st. It's a Tuesday, and we have a new location where that is going to be, Stephen Decatur Middle School Auditorium. So you can get that at decaturmuni.band while you're getting that digital program. All right, off we go. But before we do, please say hello to the fella right over there, our conductor extraordinaire. Give it up for Mr. Jim Culbertson. And keep that love going for this here, your crew in blue, the Decatur Municipal Band. that was Victory, a concert march for winds from Alfred Reed. And rather than writing about a specific battle or event, Reed wrote that piece as a musical salute to perseverance, teamwork, and the exhilaration of success. Next up, Rossano Galante invites all of us to imagine soaring over mountains, valleys, and oceans on a quest toward the unknown. This is Beyond the Horizon. Our next selection was originally named Clog Dance, until a friend told composer Percy Grainger that he felt the music reflected the work of George Frederick Handel. Although he could also make out the influence and lively rhythms of street musicians and dance halls, the kind of modern music one might find in the London district known as the Strand, modern circa 1911. Altogether, this makes for a perfect and playful example of Grainger's genius for fusing classical tradition with the joy of everyday life. This is Handel in the Strand. soloist tonight has been playing with this band since 1971, consecutively so since 1976. Since his retirement 9 years ago, he has been enjoying what he refers to as his never-ending Gulf vacation. He recently took a trip down to Centralia to see his son Sean play along with country artist Priscilla Block, and he is looking forward to an upcoming trip to see his son David perform with the Air Force Band. He's also looking forward to presenting you with this next piece, James Curno's Nexus. Please welcome to the Muni Mike, another Mike, Mike McDonald. All right, for this next one, Mike is going to be joined by our Muni trumpets. And it's for a piece that was written back in 1947 by Swedish-born American composer Eric Leisen. And there's some real fun interplay on display. It's an absolute joy to listen to. With Philip, Chris, and Neil, this is the Trumpeters, led once again by Mike McDonald. Trumpets, Chris, Philip, Neil, led by Mike McDonald. Give it up to them all one more time, would you please? All right. So I'm going to introduce this next one, and it comes with a question. If you were with us last night in Fairview Park, don't answer. Okay, we're going to play some Mozart next. And this is one of only 2 symphonies that he wrote in a minor key. This is the second one that he wrote, and he was 32 when he wrote it. Does anyone know how old Mozart was when he wrote his first minor key symphony? Anyone? You know what? That's a great guess, and it was the guess from last night too, where we're seeing 5 years old. And it's fairly close. 17. I don't want anyone here to stack up what you were doing at 17 against Mozart, but still, it's interesting to note. All right, this is Symphony number 40 in G minor from one and only Mozart. vocalist tonight, just retired. After 30 years at ADM, his primary focus now is lawn care. He recently enjoyed a visit to Italy in the Adriatic Sea. He is looking forward to seeing where retirement takes him. I happen to know something else. I also happen to know that today is his anniversary. So if everybody would do me the favor on the count of 3 of wishing him and his wife Karen a happy anniversary, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Happy anniversary! Keep that love going. 32, 34. Nice. I mean, you know. Keep that love going as he sings the Beatles' Love. Welcome to the Muni Mic, Chris Riley.
Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding is spent. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Father Mackenzie writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near, look at him working, darning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? came, all the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her, now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better, 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 better. Everybody now, na 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 na. Hey Jude, na 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 na.
Chris Riley. More from Chris in our second set, but right now, it's time for a segment we like to call Meet Your Muni. This is the part of the show where we introduce you to your Muni members. Now, we all know our conductor extraordinaire, Mr. Jim Culbertson. Everybody here say hi, Jim. Hi, yeah. But you may not know the names and faces that make up the bulk of the band. So for the past several weeks, we've been introducing you to a section or sections of the band. And tonight, because we lost some of those weeks to weather, we're doubling up this segment. We're going to do one right now and one in our second set. So, right now in our first set, you are going to meet your trombone, euphonium, and tuba sections. Caleb, take it away.
Hi, my name is Caleb Reed, and this is my first year with the Muni Band.
I'm Eric Watts. I'm playing tuba tonight. I have also played euphonium and trombone this season. I started in 1991, so this is my 35th season.
Hi, I'm Stan Smith, and this is my 11th season.
Hi, I'm Jeff Moma, and this is my 14th season playing euphonium with the Muni Band.
Hi, I'm Rain Reyes. This is my first year with the Muni Band.
Hi everyone, I'm Trevor Schaefer, and I started playing with the Muni Band in 2019. So if you count COVID, that makes 6.
Hi, I'm Therese Allen, and I've been playing since 1983, I believe.
Hi, I'm Matt Burris. This is my first year with the Muni Band.
One big round of applause for everybody, if you would, please. All right, we're going to meet some more of your Muni members in our second set. Before we hit intermission, we have one more for you. And I'm sure many of us here tonight are old enough to remember the classic Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, featuring his crack, Doc Severinsen-led Tonight Show band. That band's arranger, Tommy Newsom, was known for his expertise on the music of Duke Ellington. And in 1999, the year of the Duke, celebrating what would have been Ellington's 100th birthday, he arranged this incredible collection of the Duke's tunes. This is the Symphonic Duke. Wilson, and your Decatur Municipal Band. We are going to take a brief 10-ish minute break now. You do not want to miss our second set. Porta potties are right over there. Mimi's Frosty is right over there. Hello, Mimi's Frosty. And right over here is our concessions tonight. They are being provided by GFWC Decatur Women's Club, and your purchase tonight directly benefits them in their mission. So when you're getting yourself a treat, ask them about what they're raising funds for tonight. More music with your Muni coming up real soon. We will see you in 10-ish. All right, none of you are harboring any other blue polos, right? We're all present? Good, just checking. All right, we're going to kick off our second set with a piece from Dmitri Shostakovich. This was originally featured in another work back in 1940, and then 16 years later, he repurposed it. And it's delightfully upbeat, awesome piece. This is March. There is a bit of history to this next piece, and so in order to fully appreciate it, I'm going to stick to my notes to introduce it. This selection became a symbol of the Russian revolutionary movement of the 1880s and a rallying cry during intensified events in 1905. In that year, Composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov adapted the well-known Russian folk song Dubinushka after reportedly hearing striking workers singing it as they marched along the streets. The title is a diminutive form of the word dubina, meaning cudgel or stick, usually made of green oak. The tool supervisors would use to goad workers. The angry lyrics of the original song promise revenge against abusive masters, crushing the dukes and duchesses with their beloved dubina. The song's wary refrain ends with the exclamation, "Pull together now." This is Dubinushka. Our featured vocalist joins us again for one of the most uplifting and inspirational ballads of our time. It was written back in 2002 by the Irish-Norwegian duo Secret Garden, and it's been popularized by artists such as Josh Groban. This is You Raise Me Up, and that, once again, is Chris Riley.
So weary when troubles come and my heart burdens me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Chris Riley. All right, folks, it's time for our second Meet Your Muni segment. And as I mentioned earlier, we've had a couple of cancellations this season due to weather, which means we missed a couple Meet Your Munis. And aside from that, because of how we do our Meet Your Muni, sometimes we miss someone along the way. So, with this segment, we are going to meet your string bass and your percussion, and we're also going to meet those who, for whatever reason, we weren't able to catch the first time around. So, we're going to head back to Marshall to meet your string bass, percussion, and etc.
Oh, you did stand up here. Marshall Sperry. I've been playing for about 7 or 8 years.
Steve Shepard. I'm usually in the tuba section, but I got recruited to play timpani tonight, which is just fine. And I've been in the band since 1980.
Sarah Boleen. I play trumpet sometimes. I've been in percussion a lot this year, though. I'm also the GM and treasurer for the band, and I've been playing for 20-something years, over half my life.
Hi, I'm Ryan Holler. This is my 3rd year playing back here.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and this is my 2nd year with the Muni Band.
Hi, I'm Jake White. This is my 3rd year with the Muni Band.
Hi, my name is Andy Ruff. This is my 20th year with the Muni Band.
Hi, I'm CJ Eisen. I've been playing with the Muni Band since around 2008. And actually, I only missed a single concert this year, and it happened to be the one for Go figure.
Hello, I'm Michael Moore, and I've been playing with the band for 3 years. I've been in Decatur for 3 years, so I got lucky right off the bat.
I'm Rachel Versman, and this is my 4th year with the Muni Band.
I'm Gabriel Gonzalez. I've been in the Muni Band for 1 year, and this is, I play bass cornet, yeah.
My name's Skylar, and I've been playing for 3 years on bassoon.
Hi, I'm Kevin Jackson. This is my 1st year playing et cetera.
Hi, I'm Julia Rivera, and this is my 1st year in the Muni Band.
Is that everybody? We get everybody? Big round for everybody. Everybody? All right, so as I mentioned, and as you know, we have had some cancellations due to weather this year, and that's what makes tonight such a nice night for us. This is a program filled with music that we had actually scheduled for earlier in the year, but we weren't able to present it here in Central Park. So this has been a very rewarding night for us as a band. And with this next piece, we want to reward you. This is easily the most popular piece we played this summer. Many of you mentioned to many of us how much you enjoyed it. We enjoy it, and so we're going to play it again. Featuring Andy back in percussion, this is Leroy Anderson's The Syncopated Clock. right, one more with Chris, and this one is filled with timeless pop hits that really formed a soundtrack for many of our lives. So please feel free to sing along with this one. This is Billy Joel in concert. Give it up one more time for Chris Riley.
The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. La la la, diddy da. La la, diddy da. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your ties too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tap collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? Can't dress trashy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. Papers, cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new band in town, but you can't get the sound from a story in a magazine aimed at your average teen. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. You never let me down before. And don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. asked your pardon. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone, and we all enjoyed the weekend for a change. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, for all I know, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right.
Chris Riley, everyone. All right, before we get to our last selection, while this is our final performance here in Central Park this season, we are not done giving you music, because we have this Wednesday a show scheduled for the Devon, and it is another really special one for us for numerous reasons. One, while it's the third scheduled show, it hopefully is going to be our first performance at the Devon this season. But the program of music also got canceled this season due to weather. And so we are super excited for it. We've heard from many of you, you're excited for it. We are going to present our entire patriotic celebration Wednesday night, 7 p.m., free show at the Devon, and featuring Troy Castle on vocals. So we really hope you can join us there. We're excited to present that music to you. And then we still have our fall concert to look forward to. October 21st, it's a Tuesday. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be at Stephen Decatur Middle School. Their auditorium is fantastic, and we have a program to match it. Chris Raymond will be with us that night as our soloist, and our featured vocalist will be one of our longtime faves, Kristen Moore. So we really hope you can make it out. Fresh music mostly in that program from what you've heard this summer. We can't wait. Do me a favor, and if you don't already have it bookmarked, decaturmuni.band. That is our website. Our conductor just told me to say it again, decaturmuni.band. Not .com, decaturmuni.band. You've just made this fella very happy, me saying it 3 times. Head there, get those dates on your calendar, and you can always find us on Instagram and Facebook as well. We are Decatur Muni. All right, our final piece comes from the one and only John Philip Sousa. Get ready to tap your toes along with the Dauntless Battalion. Jim Culbertson, and your Decatur Municipal Band. And actually, if I could, real quick, could I have all of our interns please stand up? All of our interns. Folks, give a special shout out to our interns, please, if you would. They have knocked it out this summer. Thank you so much for that. All right, that does do it for tonight's performance. On behalf of myself, our featured performers, Mike McDonald and Chris Riley, Kenny and Sarah and the Illinois audio team, Emily and our sensational setup crew, Jim Culbertson and your Decatur Municipal Band, thank you, sincerely, thank you so much for joining us for this season and for this performance in Central Park. And now, if you are able, we ask that you please rise and face the flag for the singing of your national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you again. Pound for pound, I'm telling you, you are the best audience in town. We appreciate you so much. Good night, and hopefully we'll see you Wednesday or Tuesday, October 21st. What's that again, Jim? What's that website? DecaturMuni.band? DecaturMuni.band. See you all real soon. Good night.